Alrighty, here we go. Oops, I'll turn this on if you want, I guess. So plus 1R-ish today. I overtraded. I think I used scaling in as an excuse to overtrade, which sucks, obviously. But let's get to it. Let's start with ACAD. So it's up like 70%. Open strong. Started selling off. Fell under this daily level here. Couldn't break up above it. I'll zoom in. Took half size here. It couldn't make. It wasn't making any more higher highs on the just on the 1 minute. Full size that. Well, was it full size there? It was 150 shares. Probably it was pretty close to full size. Partial there because the moving average it was about 1.5 to 1, and then stop out above this daily level. Why did I stop out? In reality, my stop was above this. Was above that point. Did it get there? No. But when I take a first partial, I'm, obviously you don't want to give any profits back. So once I saw it just tap above that line, which was probably a mistake, I should have just held this, because that is when the plan has gone wrong. The plan has not gone wrong until it breaks that level. It breaks this previous, 1 minute high, which is also probably the 5 minute high at that point. So I really should have waited, shouldn't have got stopped out. Saw that my idea was still in play. Entered in half size, full size at the break of this. First partial was 2 to 1. I'll go back a second. Once I got in here, my stop was above this candle. Once I took this, my stop was above this consolidation level here. So let's go ahead. Comes down. I was going to add into here. I was going to add right here on that moving average this amount of shares I took out, but I didn't. I'm always hesitant to add into once I already took one partial for whatever the reason is. Got slammed down. Was really looking for, this was the big level I wanted to reach. Eventually I got there and then some. Realized about 4R on that trade. And then, let's see what's next. Short sell, buy. And then, this is probably, these next trades are probably my worst trades definitely my worst trades of the day. Like I said, I use scaling in for some reason as an excuse to take not perfect setups. So we'll start with Roku. This first one, 100% cool with. Cool with this first one. So we'll start here. So on my reversals, I look for a daily level. Then we have all these too right here. But I look for a daily level for it to bounce off of. Clear double bottom. The one problem is, if you note the time, it's a little bit early for this, for when it usually works out. So I entered here. Once we broke above the previous day close and then hovered there and stayed there, started moving north, I took it long. My plan was to, so this was, or maybe still is, but this was, we'll go on the 5 minute and I'll even show on the, and then you get the idea for the rest, is a harmonious chart, as William would say, is a harmonious chart setup if we can break above that level, the 171. So my plan was to get in early here, take half size, or I think I even took a little bit less than half. I think I risked, when I got stopped out, was about 0.4R. So my plan was to partial here, scale in here, and then on a break above VWAP, and then possibly test a VWAP again, and once that holds, was going to be the next scale in. And then I'm above all moving averages, and hopefully start partialing around, 175-ish. Did that happen? No, that did not happen. So, came back against me, under previous day close, got stopped out. That's okay. 0.4R, not a big deal. Then, what the hell did I do here? Oh, I see. Then this was just, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, if you want to know the truth. So then, it's holding this, quote unquote, holding this level. So I enter in again, stopped out. Terrible. That one's terrible. This first one I'm okay with. That one was terrible. And then, what happened here? I know I'm trading it to the long side, but I seriously don't even understand what I was doing. Trash. Got it. At that point, I'm down about, on Roku, I'm down 1.25 R. So I think I'm, 1.25 or 1.5 R, something like that. So I mean, I have 3 losses. They're really not a big deal at all. So I saw this. I saw it hit this daily level, comes up, pulls back, holds clear, clearly holds here, and makes a higher low. So I say, okay, scale in. Then at the break of this, I scale in again. I'm going to go over what I think I should have done in my scales. This isn't proper, in my opinion. And then we break over the previous day close, we test it, and then I'm thinking, okay, we're going to break through the VWAP here and move forward, move up. So I take the final partial here, or take the final entry in. My average is 169.51 or something like that. And get stopped out around 160. What did I get stopped out as? I'll tell you right now. 169.34. 169.34 I got stopped out at. And I think I had maybe 100, 150 shares. So, I'm alright with this trade. I really should have took a partial here. And then maybe re-added in. But Roku likes to make these like late morning runs, so I was kind of, had some faith in it, but obviously it didn't work out, but that's okay, whatever. What I should have done when it comes to parceling though, or scaling in, first scale perfect. I'm perfectly fine with that. New lower high, or higher low rather. And then we have this run up. This is kind of irrelevant. That doesn't make sense. We have this run up, break through the previous day close. This is the second entry in. This test of the previous day close and confirmation of the hold right there should be the second scale in. And then the third, for a full size, or actually bigger than full size because you're already in the money at that point, should have been the break of the moving averages into the no resistance mode or zone, whatever you want to call it. That's really where it should have been. So my scaling in was a little bit off. If I want to have a real good, successful big trade, what I should be doing is first, higher low, sorry. Second, tested this important level, a little rest before the breakthrough VWAP. Obviously, this wouldn't have worked here, but this is just how it should have worked. You're testing the previous high and the previous day close, and you're holding it. That's the second entry in. Looks good. Break through all moving averages into this, free area. First partial, second partial, and then hold more for, whatever happens. That's how this trade should have played out. Or that's how the partial should have played out. And then I enter here, I enter there. I lose less money and have less risk on for when this comes against me. But still learning, trying to get better at the whole scaling in situation. So then we had ACAD. Let's look at what happened there. ACAD is my only winning trade for the day. I had a few winning trades on it. I already went over the first one. Let's go over the second one. Okay, so first one. Let's look here. Okay, so I think the 5 minute is moderately important here. Context. 15, whatever, it doesn't really matter. So, we had this huge sell-off that I took earlier. Quote-unquote bounce off this, daily level. We're moving up. Pull back. Lower. I always say it backwards. Higher low. We have a higher low. And then look like we're holding pretty strong. Everything was pretty much just trending up and holding. 5 minute as well was holding the 9 moving average. The 9 and the 20 actually right here. And we were also wedging up. So what I was watching for was a wedge. This video is 10 minutes long, sorry. Was a wedge. 39.70. So this entry was shit. The idea was good, but the entry was bad. So I took I scaled in, took about 30% of a full size here, and then on the break of this wedge, I was going to take the remaining full size. But I wanted to get a better entry in here for whatever the reason. Dumped against me right away, stopped out, and then immediately I realized, oh shit, we just got slammed through all these moving averages. The 5 is now under. We had this level that we couldn't break through. I'm going short. So we're now short here, 100 shares or so. 100 shares here. Then I see this big wick. Add 100 shares. So I'm at 200. And then all lower highs. Add in the final amount there. Looking for a real fast washout, which never happens. It never just flushes out hard. So this was like 2.5 to 1. I took a partial and then I had to go. So I was watching right here. I saw it wicked out, and then right around here, 11:45, I had to leave my house, put in a range order. For my stop was above 28 or above 25 or something like that. No, I lied. I'm sorry. My stop was 15. Above this level. Before this level, my stop was above that. So put in an order for 15. And here we go. Huge buying, and then see you later. All the way down to my profit. Or to my profit goal, which was 130 or 37.75, which we would have hit, and I would have had a plus 5 hard day or so, but it didn't happen. So be it. I would have got stopped out here if I was at home watching it for sure. So it didn't really make a difference. But yeah, learning the whole scaling in thing. I need to stop using scaling in as a reason to take shit trades, because I did that today and gave back a lot more money than I should have. But yeah, alright. Thanks guys. See you tomorrow.